of leveling everything to max level that I knew one of the worst parts would be inventory management. That was a big reason to do it, as my retainers would have half their spaces being taken up by the coffers giving us quest rewards beginning with Shadowbringers. The thing I had not thought to think about was that the culinarian class and its dedication to needing inventory space after inventory space just for the ingredients needed to make food. With that, I wanted to find an easy way to level without spending a lot of money on market boards for Grand Company turn-ins. That's when I remembered a tab in the character menu that would solve many of my problems, at least until level 60. Hello, I'm Itty Bitty Tivy, and I'm on a journey to max every combat, crafting, gathering, and limited job in Final Fantasy XIV. This is not a difficult thing to do, but it is tedious and time consuming. My last couple of videos was of me tackling the content known as Palace of the Dead. However, last week a little thing called Dawntrail released into its early access, and this week for its full release. That said, I don't trust the stability of the servers, and I've put that on pause for a couple weeks. Maybe more depending on how many people the Arcadian brings in. With that out of the way, let's jump into this week's topic, that being the Beast Tribe quests, or as they are now called, Society quests. Society quests are daily quests that center around a non-playable race of a given expansion. You do these favors for the societies, and over time you help them build their little community into bigger and nicer places, while deepening your friendships with them. In Heavensward, where I will be doing the work this week, these societies are the Vath, the Vanu, and the Mughals. Typically, there will be two that focus on combat jobs and one that focuses on the crafting and gathering aspects of the game. Now that you are educated, let me show you what I've done. The Vanu are a people who are pretty in tune with their home in the Sea of Clouds. Many of the requests you will be doing simply involve collecting resources in the wild, getting the younger generation to stop being so individual, and sometimes taking out parts of the wildlife that are a threat. The good news is everything in the Sea of Clouds is pretty close together. Or I would say that if it were true. Before you begin in earnest, I would suggest opening the map to plot the most efficient route you can. That about covers the first of the two combat-focused societies in Heavensward. Let's look at the other being the Vath. The Vath are an insect sort of race that tend to be part of a hive mind. However, sometimes an individual is either cut from or manages to escape from the hive mind, and after a bunch manage to do just that, they form their own Vath society. The Vath are scavengers, and so for many of their daily quests, you will be sent to collect meats from enemies, reinvigorate other scavengers, find and bring back useful trash, or even maintain perimeters. This introduced a new quest type with the retrieve items. Instead of a simple fetch quest, you have to manually carry an item to avoid enemies from attacking and breaking said item. It's a quest type I hope gets more use in the future. Other than forgetting to mention that the Vath are located in the Dravanian Forelands, that's all there is to them. This makes it a perfect time to move on to the society that I truly don't care for, the Mughals. Mughals are cowardly beings that attempt to make people think they are cute, but make no mistake, Mughals are terrible and should be treated as such. In the Churning Mists near Zenith is where you can find the Mughal society. The main idea is that the Mughals want to form a friendship with the dragons and so began construction on a place where both cultures could mingle. Your job in all of this is to be an errand boy or girl depending on which Mughals want to call you that day. You will be sent to save useless Mughals from dragons, sent to put some dandelion fluff on some lazy Mughals, talk to then help some crafting deficient Mughals, or make some training equipment as though the Mughals could actually do a combat. If it weren't for the half level of EXP you get per quest, I would have continued to ignore them. Now after about a month of this, or a month's worth of doing the daily quests, what do you get? That's easy. Some really cool cosmetics, mounts, and minions, as well as access to some easily obtainable materials. But that's not all. If you are bloodsworn with the Vanu, Vath, and Mughals, you can go to Idleshire for a quest chain that wraps everything up nice and neatly, and has members of each tribe intermingle in some comedic ways. Also, you get a title and achievement points for it. Okay, well this is going to be an extremely short video. I thought after I recorded everything I'd have more to talk about, but as I edited I realized I could just give the info or stretch it out needlessly. I chose the shorter option there just because I felt there wasn't much to talk about. For the purposes of this video, I've leveled Culinarian to 59 and Alchemist to 56. These are the more tedious classes to level due to the items needed, and you'll just do less crafting for Alchemist by nature, so I chose them for the Beast Tribes. If you made it to the end, please give a like so I know how many of you made it. If you agree that Mughals are the worst, leave a comment letting me know that you agree. And if you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing. I feel like my videos are getting better quality-wise, and this is a good time to start seeing the pattern of improvement. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.